Hey, YouTubers. So, I have a ramble right now. Big ass ramble like a big ass cigar. This is actually a health related subject right now. If you are not into watching health related subjects, please click off right now. This actually has to do with tobacco and health related subject. So, basically, if you're not into watching that kind of crap, click off right now. You have been warned. Anyway, this is a question for the viewer, which basically is if your parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, etc., have had cancer from smoking, from fucking smoking or using tobacco products, that automatically puts you at higher risk. And the answer, I'm obviously not a doctor, not a fucking doctor, but the answer is generally not. And you might say, well, smoking acid, why the hell is that? Well, why the hell is that? And the answer is because smoking or tobacco use is considered an environmental risk factor. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a damn doctor, but it's considered an environmental risk factor, which means just because, say, your grandfather had cancer from years of smoking does not necessarily mean if you're a non-smoker, say you go your entire life without having a cigarette, you never have a cigarette in your life, a fucking cigarette in your life, it means you're not necessarily at higher risk just because somebody in your family had it, because it's an environmental risk factor. On the other hand, say your mother had breast cancer, or your father had colorectal cancer, or for example, somebody in your family had prostate cancer, then yes, you should be screened earlier. But lung cancer from fucking smoking, is generally considered to be an environmental risk factor, because it's most likely caused and most commonly caused by environmental exposure, such as tobacco, cigarettes, or environmental pollution. So we're like radon, etc. So no, just because your grandfather smoked for 40 years and got lung cancer, say you go your entire life without smoking as his grandson, big ass grandson like the big ass cigar, you're a non-smoker for the rest of your life. Don't worry, don't fret, you will have a higher risk of cancer just because your grandfather had cancer. Now, on the other hand, say your grandfather had prostate cancer, which is not generally linked to smoking, but can be linked to smoking in some cases, enough of that shit, then you should be aware of that, because that's a cancer that potentially has genetic implications. So the bottom line is certain cancers have genetic implications. Lung cancer caused by smoking is not one of those factors. Same thing as bladder cancer caused by smoking. Same thing as pancreatic cancer caused by smoking. Same thing as tongue cancer, mouth cancer, cheek cancer caused by smoking, etc. All that happy horse shit. Anyway, bye-bye.